Never did I think that I would become a victim of domestic violence. I've always been confident. I've always been outspoken. I've never let anybody take advantage of me.
There are no rules with domestic violence, no boundaries. On any given day, women, children, the elderly, and men from any neighborhood can find their lives ripped apart by the anguish of physical, emotional, or verbal abuse. When domestic violence turns explosive, local police are often the first to respond.
So the most common scenario for a police officer is a domestic violence call, and it could be the most volatile call they deal with in their career.
LVMPD alone receives more than 70,000 domestic violence calls for help each year. To reduce the violence, Project Safe 417 was started in December of 2017 in Metro's Northwest Area Command. PS 417 is named for the Police Code for Domestic Violence. The program unites local police, called on scene to control the violence, with specially trained volunteers from the SafeNest First Response Unit. They provide on-the-spot information for victims. The results have been dramatic.
As a result of this collaboration and partnership, we've had a significant reduction in repeat offenders, and we've had a very significant reduction in domestic violence homicides.
The powerful focus of PS 417 safely brings immediate compassion and options to survivors at their most vulnerable moments.
Our volunteer advocates go out and will oftentimes spend up to 2 hours on the scene with a victim, safety planning, talking about what's next, what resources are available, and how do we help get you to where you're safe and feeling empowered.
When an arrest is made, the case then moves on to the district attorney's office. But the proceedings involving spouses or partners are often challenging.
The perpetrator is the breadwinner. The victim depends on the perpetrator to pay the mortgage, pay the rent, and the victim is confused and oftentimes at a loss. Without hope, what do I do? Oftentimes victims are afraid to come to court. Oftentimes they will not come to court, and without a victim appearing in court, we have no case.
To keep victims engaged, the DA's office offers hope and insight by teaming case attorneys with trained SafeNest court advocates, so survivors are more likely to better understand the legal process and the possibilities.
So by the time that they speak with the DA, they know what to expect, they have an idea what questions the district attorney is going to ask them, so they feel more comfortable and relaxed.
Working together benefits the survivors, the attorneys, and the court with a superior level of focus.
So with an advocate by my side, they can do what they're an expert in, I can do what I'm an expert in, and hopefully in the end we obtain some kind of justice.
Of course, the best scenario for all involved would be to stop the cycle of domestic violence, help would-be abusers control their emotions, and avoid rage altogether. That is the goal of the Batterers Group, a court-ordered 26-week program for abusers. Shannon Dorsey credits this SafeNest program with helping him relearn how to control his anger, understand his triggers, and preserve the relationship with his family.
So the group for me definitely was life-changing and definitely worked. A lot of soul searching, a lot of looking at myself and really understanding that it could have been a worse situation, but it's just definitely something that I should not have put myself in.
For batterers and survivors, each day is a work in progress. For the volunteers and staff at SafeNest, every day is an opportunity to treat the entire cycle of domestic violence. From partnering with police and prosecutors to educating local school students about healthy relationships, these collaborative efforts are changing lives.
Many agencies simply just deal with the victims. We're one of the only agencies in the country that deals with the entire epidemic. So that includes batterers, kids, and victims.
SafeNest is an organization that saved my life and saves thousands of lives every year.
SafeNest. Together, we prevent domestic violence, protect victims, and empower survivors.